Hey there, we got another Mandalorian episode, so let's dig into that. Hey, this is Tom's Tech Show, and more than just tech, I also do videos about things that I like Star Wars and the Orville and other movies and things like that, and also do things about photography. Hopefully it'll be a nice night tonight. There were some nice clouds last night. I was out putting up Christmas lights because of my Raspberry Pi project that I'm doing, getting that all set up to run my Christmas lights. So I was going to run, and I'm like, oh, it's too late to take my camera out and shoot anything. But I was doing too many projects, too many things going on. You get busy, right? So, but we now have another Mandalorian that's come out. And the first thing that I'm seeing is that, okay, the first one was Season 1, Episode 1, Chapter 1. Okay, I'm thinking in my mind that, okay, we're going to have an episode 1 and maybe a chapter 1, 2, and 3 of episode 1. So that's like a story arc. Then once we get done with that story arc, then we'll go into episode 2 and have chapters for there. But no, I guess I'm too technical. I thought too much about it. I actually used my brain, and that's not what it is. So now number 2 is now season 1, episode 2, chapter 2. So I don't know why or how or what they're doing this for, whether they're going to break it somehow, but it seems to be redundant and pointless. So if you're going to have a season 1 and an episode 1 or season 1 and episode 2, there's no need to tell them chapters. I mean, or have that chapter thing kind of symbolizes some story arc. Like this used to be an hour-long episode, and we've broken it up into 3 because because we're too lazy to make a full, 24-episode season like regular TV. We're just going to do Netflix and make like 10 episodes. But the difference on Netflix is those 10 episodes are all 50 minutes to an hour, where these, let me see, I have my notes here. I do take notes. I'm playing a game. Sorry, that's not notes. I need to get to my notes. I do take notes as I watch, kind of thing. So we have what we ended up with was, it's a 32-minute episode. The first 2 minutes, or maybe a minute or so, or a little more than a minute, are intro to what happened last time, and the final 4 minutes is credits. So we really only end up with a 26-minute episode, which is basically a cartoon length, almost like an extended Looney Tunes. And I was hoping for something more, it's like, I think this whole thing, I think there's only going to be 8 episodes. So we're barely at like an hour and 45-minute movie, right? And is this whole story arc going to be part of this like movie that's been split up into different pieces? I don't know. Anyway, I am going to turn on the spoiler zone because I'm just going to talk about it. So if you are waiting and don't want to, you're going to watch it later, then know there's going to be stuff in here. So I need to pick one of these. That's going to be this one. Okay. So I have my little displays all set up here. So need to turn on spoiler zone here. Okay. So the end of the last episode, right? He finds the little Jabba baby. No, the Yoda baby. The Jabba baby. That would have been so much more fun. A Jabba baby wandering around, a Yoda baby, and so he's bringing it back. It's in the little floaty thing that follows him around. Then he's going back to his ship because he's got to go take the Yoda baby back to the guy to get his bounty and everything else. And he gets there, and there's Jawas that are ripping his ship apart. So we have to have this mechanism here that says, okay, we need to have a challenge for him. We need to have something happen that challenges him, that keeps him from being able to do the things that he needs to do. So we're going to have him come up upon all these Jawas that are ripping his ship apart. Okay, fine. So the Jawas run, and he jumps on the side of the sandcrawler, and then in true Indiana Jones fashion, they move the sandcrawler over towards the rock, so he has to swing up on it just like, an Indiana Jones thing. Okay. So after this, he goes back to this one character who's been there. I think his name is Kuil or something like that, who's on this planet that, he's been hanging around, who's been kind of helping him and stuff. And he says, well, you got to go bargain with him. I've spoken, which is really, the first time I thought, okay, that's a little weird. The second time I thought, all right, I'm tired of that. Now I'm just like, I don't care. It's like at this point, whether you've spoken or not, I don't care. So that's kind of annoying and getting even more irritating. So if it would have been some type of weird sound, I think I might, like he went gluk, 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 and then, his talking is over. I think that would have been more palatable to me than I have spoken. But anyway, so they go and they're going to bargain with the Jawas for this whole thing. And the Jawas say, no, we want, we need an egg from this one creature. So now we have, basically our McGuffin, right? That we got to go get this egg to get the parts, to get the blood. Okay. I get it. We're moving around. Okay. So he goes to this cave, goes inside there, sees the egg, and then this creature comes out. He fights the creature for a little bit. The creature's kicking his butt and everything else. And then, true to form, we have the Yoda baby lift the creature using the Force off of the ground. So, boom, lifting it up so the Mandalorian can go kill it. And they go in and get the egg, to which the Jawas then cut the top off of it and eat the yolk out of the inside, which I guess it's a delicacy for them, something that they're just crazy about. It just basically makes a mess. They put the ship back together, and they get the parts. He goes, puts the ship back together, and then they fly off to, I guess, to get his bounty. So that's it. That's it. So, so there's just like almost, nothing really in this episode. You get up to this point. Okay, you get to this point, and even past this point, and then where he's on the thing, the sandcrawler, and they do the Indiana Jones thing, and then off we go to talk to the Quill person. And up until that point, there is no dialogue. I mean, at the beginning, at the very beginning, he gets attacked by some, I guess, kind of sand people in a valley, in a crevice of some rocks. He gets attacked. Okay, so he can attack people. Fine. Okay, so it's him attacking, doing this, moving here, going here. Oh, this is a challenge, and then I got to go find this piece, and then get this, and come back. And I mean, that's kind of how stories are. But there's no other than, okay, we know he's a Mandalorian. He can fight. We know he can't. He's pretty athletic. He can jump on the side of the sandcrawler. He can climb up it. He can do these things. We know that he's got a bunch of different weapons, right? He's got, lasers. He's got flamethrower. He's got a gun. He's got, his rifle. He's got other little things that, his cable that shoots out, all these different things. We know all this stuff from, the rest of Star Wars. So we've not introduced us to anything really new about bounty hunter, Mandalorian, anything. And so this is just him going through a few things to get this. I mean, they could have just had him at the end of Chapter 1. They could have just had him go, okay, we're just going to get in the ship and fly off back to get the bounty. But it's like, okay, to make this longer, we got to have him go through this other thing. Is your story that small? Is your story that weak? What are we doing? And then during the whole thing, towards the end, where they have all the parts and they're putting the ship back together and stuff, this Creel asks the Mandalorian, what was that all about? How did that happen? He's like, I don't know what it is. I don't know how he did it. I'm like, really? You don't know? This is Star Wars, right? I mean, you've never seen anybody use the Force before? You're a bounty hunter. You've been into all different areas and collected bounties from all different kinds of people all over the universe. And you've never, ever run into a Jedi, or a Sith or anything, light or dark. You've never seen anybody ever? Even legends, right? Even you don't know any of the legends about, this is right after, supposedly after Return of the Jedi. and you don't know that any of these, any of these. So I don't know that I didn't buy either. So like this, I don't think this episode was as good as good as the first one. It wasn't as good as the first one, just because it was almost pointless. Okay, you go do this stuff because we got to see creatures. You go do this stuff because we got to, have some kind of extra adventure. I don't even think there was 200 words. I mean, if I went through the subtitles and added up all the words, I don't even know if there were 200 words in the whole thing. I mean, there's been more dialogue in every YouTube video about this episode, like exponentially more dialogue than is in the episode. And that's why I think I'm giving this one a 6 out of 10, because it's like, you didn't expand the character any. You didn't give us any new information. You didn't really give us any dialogue about anything that's happening or that's going on. The only reveal in this whole thing was that, okay, the baby Yoda can use the Force. But we knew, it's like, it's a Yoda. Okay, it's going to be naturally Force aware, and it's going to just start throwing things around. I mean, I kept expecting it at any moment to go bing, 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 start throwing things around in the room. Right? That was just, it wasn't really a surprise or a shock or an oh my gosh or anything. It's like there's no gotcha moment about this, right? So I don't know. Let me know what you think. The first one I think was better, had a little more better action. I loved the IG-11, even though they destroyed IG-11. So already the thing that I liked the most about this so far, they've already ruined and killed off. So I don't know. I mean, the music again didn't really fit, wasn't really Star Wars, didn't really seem like Star Wars to me. It again seems like, it's back here. I have, my Orville comics. It seems like somebody wrote a comic book and let's take the panels of the comic book, just like I have the panels here. I mean, I could put, dialogue underneath these, like, well, actually, you wouldn't have to put dialogue underneath these because there was no dialogue hardly in the whole episode. So I'm downgrading, and I'm hoping that next Friday we'll get a better episode, one with more dialogue, one where he takes his helmet off so we can connect, so we can do different things about who he is and what he is, and have some more. There's no depth in, oh, it's something, shoot, oh, they're taking my stuff, shoot, oh, I need to go get this, shoot, stab, fire. That's not enough. It's not. I'm sorry. It's not enough for me. Star Wars is not. I mean, this is Star Wars universe, but it's just not there yet. It's not. Give me something. Build to something. Right. I mean, they're showing hints of building to something with the Yoda baby, but you only got 8 episodes to go. Like we're down. We got 6 episodes left. So how are we gonna? Is it gonna be? I don't know. Is it gonna be good? Is it gonna be bad? I don't know. I'm actually almost kind of over it. Right. I'm kind of like, oh, that's what it is. Okay. It's not, the episode 2 is not dark or sinister at all. Episode 1 was a little more darker and sinister than episode 2. So I guess we can't do things bad in front of the baby, who's 50 years old, who can't talk. I don't know. I still want to be hopeful. I still want to be able to say, is there something? But I don't know. At this point, I'm checked. I guess you can see. At this point, I'm already kind of checked out. I'm already kind of checked out of it. Okay, we're hoping episode 3 is going to have stuff starting to happen. Have something something happen that's good, that really intrigues me, that really pulls me in. The baby's not doing it. The Mandalorian character's not doing it. So hopefully. All right. Well, thanks for watching this. If you have any questions or any comments about anything that I've talked about, you think I'm completely wrong, you think, oh, this was an incredible, great episode, tell me about it and tell me why you think it's great. Subscribe and share, because YouTube is really kind of stopping the availability and the ability for small channels to be able to be found and recognized. And just like, share, subscribe, and that'll help me out quite a bit, and appreciate it. And thanks for watching. Take care.